We grew up on mixtapes and neon
Hello,
lights.
everybody. It is the GlobeTrotting Trio. I'm Amy.
I'm Shelley.
I'm Tammy.
We are so excited to be here with you today. Let's talk about growing up offline. So last week was all about the nostalgia of all kinds of things whenever we were younger, but let's really talk about what it was like before the internet, before Mr. Google came here, what we learned, what we lost, what we miss, all of those things. All right. So first up, dial-up
I just
days.
want to say
Go
the
ahead.
irony is not lost on any of us that we're talking about growing up without being online. And here we are on a Zoom to post a recorded podcast that is also being recorded to put on.
YouTube.
It's not lost.
And there is no cassette tape around.
No.
So there's that.
All right. So let's talk about dial-up. For those of you that are younger, somebody want to explain what dial-up really is? It's like when you dial the phone.
Oh, I'm like, are you talking about the internet dial-up that it made this
No.
horrible
Yeah.
creaking
We had
noise?
that rotary dial.
Rotary phone.
Dial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
As
gosh.
we're all spinning our fingers in front of the
We
camera.
know what that is, right?
Yeah, rotary dial. All right, so let me ask you this. Did any of you ever have, or were you ever part of a party line?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was when I was young. And it was so funny is listening to the conversations. I mean, really, it was funny.
Yeah, for the younger people, a party line was this. There was multiple homes that shared one connect line. When we first started out, we didn't each get our own phone numbers. So what we did was then you would pick up the phone, and if Susie next door was on the phone, sometimes if it was good gossip, you would sit
Good
there on the
gossip.
phone and listen to see
It was
what was
very
going
good.
on
Yeah.
and hope they didn't hear you. Yeah, but so we had that. Then we had the rotary dial, right? Everybody had dial 9. Yeah, so it was crazy. And then we got the punch numbers, right? Right. But all of it was on the wall or something, and you got to use the phone. That was something fun. I loved. I loved
Yeah.
talking on the phone. My mom had pictures of me laying on our stairs with my feet up the stairs on the phone with my best friend Angie, because that's who I always talk to. She and I would get on the phone. We'd talk forever and ever and ever all day if we could. That was what we did.
Yep.
All right. Now,
Yep.
what do you guys do on Saturday mornings?
Watch
Cartoons.
Watch cartoons.
Yep. How long were the cartoons? Like, how many cartoons did you have in your area?
Now, here's the funny thing. I really don't know because I was tiny before I was able to sit there for a whole Saturday because we bowled. Our family, like, we're a whole family of bowlers. So every Saturday morning we had our league. But I know that I got up like the crack of dawn and went running to the family room, even as like a preteen and an early teenager, watch a couple hours of cartoons, an hour or two of cartoons before I had to go bowl. And if we didn't do anything after bowling, I could get home and watch like the tail end of it. So there's a good like 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was all that was on, is that you
Yeah.
could go and watch cartoons. And I'm telling you what, that was one of those things that you always remember. And I do remember my oldest brother. He never crossed his legs. He put one leg on one side and one leg on the other side, bent it at the knee. And that's how he sat. So like, I don't even know what style that is, but it was like, how can you sit like that? It's like he had broken legs or something. But
And
that's
sit there for hours and watch cartoons.
hours.
Yes.
Hours.
I want to say whenever I was growing up, though, I think it ended like at 10 or 11 in the morning. So yeah, we would get up early. What was your favorite cartoon?
I like Tom and Jerry. Tweety Bird actually was my all-time favorite, but they didn't play many of those. But Tweety Bird was my favorite.
I loved Woody Woodpecker. I don't know why.
Fat Albert.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Albert. I forgot all about that. All right, so you get done. Let's just say it's a different day. You get up, it's on a weekend. It's not a Saturday. You don't have to go bowling. What's something that you would do? It has two
Mm,
wheels and pedals.
Oh, the bicycle. We were always outside.
Yes.
Always outside.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, I don't know what I did. What did I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always on the road or
Yeah.
skateboards. We had bicycles or skateboards.
So we never got, well, you know what? We did get a skateboard. I was never coordinated enough for the skateboard.
Oh, I was, but I can't get on
that's
one
a
now.
problem.
Yeah.
I
Huh?
tried. I tried a few years back and I'm like, how in the world did I do this? I was actually pretty good too on the skateboard.
No, I couldn't do it. I just didn't have
We
I
never
didn't have
did.
the ability to keep myself going. And then I'd get really tired of it. So I just stopped.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I think a lot
We
of it
weren't on our
was just better
bicycles, we
down
were
the
on the
hill.
three-wheelers.
Huh?
If we weren't on our bicycles, we were on the three-wheelers. We didn't really do skateboards. And they were three-wheelers. Like those babies were, I don't know. They now they
Dangerous.
say they were dangerous.
Yes.
I don't know what they're
Yeah.
talking about. I mean, I
Okay,
only
listen,
dunked it a few
everything we did as kids was dangerous. If we like,
Oh,
this is
I know.
probably why everything our children did, we didn't let them do the things we did, right?
Right?
We were
Mhm.
latchkey kids. We were able to come home, get in the house, and just do our things. We would do our chores, right, whatever, all of those things. And our kids, we always made sure they either had to go to a daycare or we would come pick them up and make sure we're already, so it's a little bit different. But I digress. I think that's next week. We'll just talk about that later.
That is next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What's the one
Just kidding
thing
you.
that your parents would say, come home by?
When
Dark.
the lights are on or when it's a dark outside.
When the
Street
street
lights,
lights
yeah.
come on, you better be at home because
Yeah.
that's whenever we're going to have dinner. If
And
we
like 2.5
like-
months a year in Illinois, that was 9 o'clock at night. See
Night.
ya.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
And what was even better than that, we were gone all day long. So picture it.
Yeah.
You're in a town. Probably you don't know everybody, but you know a good portion of it. I think all three of us kind of grew up in smaller towns, right? If your parents needed to get a hold of you, how did they do it?
Well, we were not allowed off the street. So
Oh.
literally my mom would go outside
Oh.
and scream.
Oh, okay. So you lived a little differently than we did, Tammy.
Yeah.
Shelley?
I was gone. It was when I was young, it was that party line. Anybody seen my kid? Right.
That's
My
funny.
grandma was on the other side of town. So you could get there in like 5 minutes on your bicycle.
Okay.
So she might call my grandma. She may call the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I know some parents that even would call the cops and say, hey, when you're out, if you see my kid, tell them to come home.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's funny.
My mom had all of the phone numbers of all of my friends because there was a pack of us that would get on our bikes and we would ride. And I say my mom, my dad was really the one. He was at home with us more often. But there was a pack of us that would ride and he'd just start calling the friends.
Uh-huh. Just go
Yeah.
down the list.
Because we would eventually
Oh,
end
and
up
we
at
had-
somebody's house to drink out of the water hose for an afternoon's,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Drinking out of the water hose. That's what we did, right? Mhm.
Did you have like those shopping lists now, like the long
Yes.
list
Uh-huh.
that you can,
Mhm.
yes, you had the list of all the phone numbers, right?
Mhm.
And it was like on the wall right next to the phone. Just
Yep.
start going down it.
All right. So whenever we were out and about, we were trying to find something to do. What kind of things would you do? Like what is the one thing in your brain that you would use to figure out what we want to do? So we would play cops and robbers all the time.
Yeah. Well, we played
Yeah.
hopscotch a lot, jump rope, hopscotch.
Mhm.
We
I
used
just-
our
We did
imagination into a
bicycle
whole bunch
tag.
of stuff. What'd you play?
Bicycle tag.
Mm.
Talk
That
about
sounds-
dangerous because you got to like speed up on somebody and get close enough to like tag them and
And
take
then
off.
hopefully you
Like,
don't hit. Oh,
yes.
Yes. Yes. We played croquet. Do you guys play croquet?
Oh, I did. I liked that.
yes.
I know. I loved it too. Volleyball. We just did a whole lot of those kind of things, games in
Oh.
the yard. Mhm.
badminton.
Yeah.
Tennis.
Yeah.
We had a tennis court at the back of our pool, our city pool.
Mhm.
So
I
if
played
you
lawn
didn't
darts.
swim, play tennis.
Lawn darts.
Did anybody play lawn darts?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Horseshoes.
Yeah,
Slackers?
back,
And those freaking things were so heavy. Those
they were
horseshoes.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
And
were
for
like
those
the
of you that
plastic
don't know what a
things.
lawn dart is, it looks like a dart with a big old metal needle on the top front of it, and you would throw it up in the air and try and hit the bullseye.
Yep.
And hopefully you didn't go astray and hit somebody else in the head,
Yeah.
because that would have
I've
caused.
decided, I think bags or cornhole, some people call it cornhole around here, is like bags. I think that came about because somebody wanted a safer, quote unquote, safer option of lawn darts. I think that's why bags.
Yeah, I'm
I
guessing.
could totally see that.
Yeah, I totally could see it too.
Yeah. My mom and her brother used to play knives. They would throw knives at each other's feet. So they'd start further apart and throw and then see if they could hit them, and whose feet would come in the closest and throw the knives down the middle. And
Did they get a lot of cuts?
no, but the last time they ever played, my mom said that they had gone, it was her turn to throw. So she threw the knife and it went down into the ground. But luckily my uncle turned his foot to the side and it went down in between the sole of his foot and the shoe, his foot in between. Yeah. In
That was
between his
it then.
foot and the sole of his shoe. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
she said
enough of
after that, he
those.
never wanted to play with me again. And I said, oh, Joe,
I don't
why? Why
blame
would
him.
you?
I
Why,
don't blame
Oh
him.
my gosh.
Yeah. Hello.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
All right. How about a watermelon seed spitting contest?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I didn't do that one.
No, I have my parents and my friends, they would keep, we'd had refrigerators in our garages, right?
Uh-huh.
They would keep watermelon in the garages, and you could just go to somebody's house and get watermelon, have a seed
I
spitting
love it.
contest.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And now we're trying at our age, I love trying to find the watermelon with no seeds.
Right?
Yes. That's what we do. That's what we do now.
All right. I think the next time the three of us are together somewhere appropriate, we're gonna have to have a speed.
Yeah, because we're not doing this in
spitting
September.
contest.
No.
No.
Sounds good.
Tammy, you
All
gotta
right.
do it once in your life. Come on.
Yes. Okay. I think we should do it in September. Find a little spot and just do it.
Okay. Well, no. All right.
Yeah.
Let's sidetrack her from this conversation. All right. Problem solving without a search bar. So you're out on your bikes and you're running around, you're having a good time, and you got a flat tire. What would you do?
We'd have to.
Figure
I
out
would have
which
to.
friend had a parent at home,
Uh-huh.
and you haul it
Yeah.
to their house.
I would have to walk it home. We'd have to walk it
That's
home.
Bubble gum.
right.
Yeah. Oh,
Bubble gum in the hole.
Oh.
Yep. There's so
funny.
many things, like just think
Silly
about
putty.
all the problem solving that you did just as a kid.
Right.
That was just common sense to us, we feel like, and then younger generations can't do it without Google.
Right.
Can you think of anything else? And it doesn't have to be related to that may be something that we have figured out how to do without having to worry about because of the way we were brought up. Maybe what is
Well,
something that we
like
can actually
searching?
figure out how to do without having to have somebody guide us through it.
Finding a phone number, probably.
Encyclopedias?
I mean, the phone books are not there. An encyclopedia, go to the library.
Uh-huh.
Make a
Yes.
friend. We know
So
how to make a friend.
how did the phone number, you said phone number. So how did you know your friend's phone number?
Well,
I memorized them.
you memorized it. That's the only way you could. I mean,
Yep.
and I knew phone numbers like nobody's business back then.
Oh,
Now, if you ask me my own phone number, I'm like, I don't know.
I know actually I know 3 phone numbers. My childhood best friend, I know her parents' phone number still. I can spit that out without any problems because I called it so many times. I cannot for the life of me remember mine, but I can remember my childhood, but I can remember my current phone number and my husband's cell phone number, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I can.
Everything else, if my phone never went away, I'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember all kinds of stuff from when I was a kid still. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And license plates, though. Did you also remember license plates?
No.
I'm like really good with license plates still.
I'm not anymore. Oh, no, my memory stinks. That's another thing. Once you get in your 50s, your memory starts going downhill.
It does. I will agree. Yes.
Yes.
It's a thing.
All right. So you're on a road trip. I think last
Yeah.
week we actually talked. Did we talk a little bit about Route
We did.
66 last week? We're on a
Yes.
We
road
did.
trip. Okay. How did we navigate from point A to point B? We used
Paper
a
maps.
An atlas.
yes, an
Yes.
atlas. Yes,
Yes.
Shelley, atlas. But yeah,
Or
Tammy.
you would get the friend that, say, oh, tell me how to get here from my house to your house. And, if it's
Yeah.
an hour away,
Yeah.
they typically would
Gas
know.
station.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Gas
you're
at the
going to
gas station.
drive until you see the red barn, then take a
Mhm.
right.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Then you
Oh,
keep driving until you see the field full of cows, then take a left.
yes.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you had to use a paper map right now, do you think you could do it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I could.
Next
Absolutely.
week, we'll talk about whether or not we think our kids can.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Patience, presence, and boredom. That is huge.
Ooh.
Did you ever tell your parents on a consistent basis that you're bored?
When I was very young, yes. And I quickly learned, do not say that to my father.
No. What would happen?
I'd be scrubbing the camper,
Uh-huh.
weeding the garden,
Uh-huh.
mowing the yard, which I actually liked to mow, so that really wasn't a big deal. But it was cleaning the garage, typically things like, I don't want to do that at all.
I agree. I agree. So we learned patience, we learned creativity, we learned to use our imagination, which is probably one of the reasons why I read books like Nobody's Business, because I used my imagination so well. Like I lived um in the world that I was reading about. So I would create this big vision and have those things, which then led on to doing the things with my friends. Like we would have big, I don't know, we were girls, we'd love to do Barbies and we had the inflatable
Oh, yeah.
Barbie furniture. So we'd take our big records, the big records, right? And
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
houses on the
45s,
floor.
right?
No, 45s would be
Aw.
the little ones.
Yeah.
The 78, I don't remember.
Mhm.
Anyway, but we would make houses like the living room, the kitchen, the whatever, and then we'd set the furniture up and we'd have times where they were playing and doing all kinds of stuff. Could you imagine any of our kids doing that?
No,
No.
Okay.
no. So if I ever told my parents that I was bored,
Uh-huh.
they would have said, okay, go do the dishes or
Uh-huh.
go clean something. So that's not one of those things that you would say. But
Ever.
how many times now that these kids say, I'm bored.
Right.
I'm bored. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Also, did you ever have a whole bunch of blankets and think, I think I
Uh-huh.
should make a tent?
A
Oh,
fort,
yes. A
a
fort.
tent. I know.
Yes.
That was always so fun. And between the couches and the chairs and all of that, and bring the
Yes.
chairs in from the
Remove
dining
all
room
the
and
furniture.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That was so much fun. Can we do that again?
Yes. Yes. So you went and took pictures. On the
Oh,
last podcast, I believe Tammy
yes.
started talking
We
about some
took-
of her photos that she had taken while she was on Route 66. Well, if we took pictures on Route 66 back in the 80s, whenever we were younger, what would we have to do with that film?
We'd have to get it
Wait,
developed and
hold
wait
on.
2 weeks.
Hold on. Tell everybody what the film is for those that are younger that don't have a clue.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't have a phone that had a camera. We had a
No.
camera.
We had a camera.
Yes.
And it wasn't a digital camera. It was
No.
a camera that used film.
Film.
Tammy, where did you take your film to get it developed?
So we had a little film developing place, but there was, and I'm trying to think of what it was called. Cord camera. That's what it was called. Like it just came to me. Cord camera. That's what we did. And that's where we dropped them off, or the
Yeah.
CVS, or it wasn't CVS back then, but the drugstore, or any of those. So.
And how long did it take you to get it back?
2 weeks probably.
1 to 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
No
they
waiting.
Do you have
started
Photo
with-
Mart?
Say that
We had
again.
a Photo Mart,
No,
Yes,
we didn't have.
yes.
but it was still 1 to 2 weeks when I was
Right,
young.
Yeah.
Yes. And then as we got older, we
Yeah,
got
1
the
hour
fast
photo.
stuff. 1 hour photo. That was
1 hour.
awesome. Mind
now-
blown.
I mean, you can't even go somewhere to get film developed now. You actually, if you have wanted film developed for whatever reason, I don't even know if they make film anymore, but you literally have to send it away.
Yeah.
And then
I think I still have some that never got developed. And
yeah,
at
I
some
do
point,
too.
I need to probably send that off just to see. And it'll
just
probably be
see.
all those photos, what we talked about one time before, where, the head's cut off or you got from the nose
Yes,
down,
yes, because you never
somebody's
know.
fingers in front of the camera lens, whatever.
Uh-huh. And
Right?
it's so funny is that when, because 25 years ago, obviously cameras were still around. And when Dave and I went to Fiji for our honeymoon, so that was
Uh-huh.
year 2000. That was when, started the digital stuff, but we had film camera
Right.
then. And then when we go back, we have cell phones. And I'm like, and I kept saying to myself, why didn't I take more photos back then? Why did I do this? And of course I didn't have the ability to.
No, no,
Um,
because it was 24 or 36 on a roll, right?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Occasionally you could get 12.
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah. But why would you even waste your time on
Right.
that?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
money, right? It was
Yeah.
cheaper for the 36.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine
Okay.
only taking 36 photos in a destination right now?
Oh, no,
No, I
that's
carried
horrible.
extra film
I just had a
everywhere.
small panic attack,
I did
Tammy.
too. I know.
I take
Now, the
36 in
best
an
thing,
hour sometimes.
say that
Yeah,
again,
in a few
I take
minutes.
36 in an hour.
Yeah,
right? Or a few minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Now, thinking
Okay.
about though, go ahead. What
I
do you
want
got?
to know, did you ever have the mail in for like the mail in membership for your film? So I had that for like a long time, for a number of years. So I would they give you this whole, it came with a whole box and it was a whole packet. You got your first like set of film,
Mhm.
and then you put it in like a envelope, like a like the
Manila.
plastic envelopes. You
Yeah.
seal it in there and you ship it off. And when they send your pictures back, they would send you the equivalent of the number of rolls that you sent in to be exposed, to be developed. Unless you
Oh,
wanted more, then you could pay to get more. Did you,
I know. That's
that was like,
awesome.
it was really
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I was never that uptown, Shelley.
No, me either.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Now, but think about this. So Tammy, you just said when you were in Fiji in 2000, you didn't take as many photos, and now you took a whole bunch of photos. Do you feel
Oh
like you were
gosh.
more in the moment back then, or were you more in the
Mm.
moment now?
So probably in the moment, but I love photos. I mean, like, so I could be in the moment, especially in Fiji. Let's do that, because Fiji, I was in the moment. Every single moment I had, I was in it because it was just absolutely amazing, even if I was taking photos or not. But say that I went to, somewhere else, Grand Canyon or something. I think that that would be different because you wouldn't be in the moment, because you've got
Right.
all this stuff and you don't want to miss anything with your camera, so you're not in the moment. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, we miss,
Even
I
think
think
of us like, so
we
think
miss
about
stuff.
whenever our
Yeah.
parents took us and we had school events. Maybe we had like a school choir or something or whatever. They
Yeah.
didn't sit there and take pictures of it and record
No.
it and do all of those things. But when our kids do, we sure did. And now with our grandparents, like we're us as grandparents, Tammy doesn't know this yet, but like my whole Google photo thing, my two
My whole
terabytes
carousel.
that I have, the vast
Uh-huh.
majority of them have something to do with my grandkids.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
It is. It
Yep.
is.
You know what? It's interesting though, because you talk about, then we're talking about then versus now and using the camera. And I still have um a very nice, like a good camera with the interchangeable lenses, and I love it. And I do still get it out sometimes. Um, but I am still even more in the moment when I use that. And I will take a ton of pictures because it's digital. So it's not film anymore. It is
Right.
digital,
Right.
but it's not Wi-Fi ready. So I have to put the SD card in, and I can take my pictures. But even then, having to like focus my lenses and stuff, I'm
Mhm.
still more in the moment because I'm not looking at, oh, how close is it? And what do I need to do? And oh, that I want this out of there. And oh, I want to move it over here. Like I click, I get it in my view, and I push the button. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. Um, but still, the slower down time, I miss that myself. I
I
miss the
do.
Yeah.
fact of the times where we were with our friends and we just went with our friends and we laughed and we had a good time and we went and bike riding
Oh,
and did kind of fun stuff, right? I actually had that moment not too long ago. Like my friend Angie was here, and then when we were gone over the last week for our anniversary on a camping trip, all of those times I took some pictures, but not a whole lot. I was really intentional of spending time, and I really miss doing that on a more consistent basis.
Okay. And the other thing on the flip side is I'm really glad sometimes we did not have phones
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were younger.
I did not want evidence.
No, no way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, serious. I remember things we used to, and I was in my 20s, but still things in my 20s that I did on a camping trip that if I had documentation, I would be so embarrassed.
Right.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
the cops would have
Yeah.
knocked on my door as a kid. And I did
No.
nothing like really
No, I didn't do
illegal.
anything
It was
bad.
just like
No.
dumb kid stuff. But the cops
Right.
would have been knocking on my door if anybody had evidence of some of the stupid stuff we did, just to tell our parents, hey, they're being stupid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
So
All right. So, do you think, though, with the way we were back then, we had deeper friendships because
Yes.
we were more face to face than
Yes.
online?
Yes. Absolutely.
I agree.
And and I, even to this day, some of my friends that I had in high school, um, we keep in touch, not as much as I like, because they moved away and everything. But I mean, I can tell you, I probably haven't kept in touch with people that I met, 6 or 7 years ago, because it was on cell phones and it wasn't that deep of a connection. So, yeah, definitely deeper connections.
I agree. Well, my friend that I said that came here, my preschool best friends, like literally preschool, and I'm not in a preschool age anymore. Maybe
No,
I'm just
no,
a few
no,
years out of
not at
preschool.
all.
Um, so,
yes.
which by the way, so I love my best friend from preschool. She's beautiful, she's wonderful, but she told me the other day when she was here, she found her first gray hair.
Uh,
First.
First, she's
Oh.
she's 3 months older than I am. First gray hair. And I
Oh.
said bad words to her and she
I
laughed.
don't like her. And I don't have a whole lot of gray hair, but I do have that's where my dad had it, is on his side of
You can
and
see.
my dad actually had a full head of dark hair, even when
Yeah.
before he passed. He was 82 years old and still had a full head of dark hair, but just on the sides, just what I have. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
right
Shelley's too.
here, where this
Yeah.
whole section right
Oh,
here above
I
my right eye is all
Yeah.
gray. All
my
right, so
temples, my ears,
but
like
that being
I'm like,
said, with that being said, I said bad words to her. She laughed.
yeah.
What was the one thing about that that means we are really truly friends because I can say
Yes.
anything and she's not going to get mad at me.
Yes.
Because, and this is a show we didn't talk about, think about the Muppets. Did you guys ever
Oh,
watch the Muppets and
Oh
the two old guys
yeah.
up at the top that always said stuff? Read somewhere or heard something one time we said that we are Gen Xers or survivors of sarcasm because we grew up with them. That's why our feelings
Nice.
hurt.
oh yeah.
Like, oh, that's so
Oh
true.
my
So
goodness.
Uh-huh.
true.
The feelings that are hurt these days by just
Uh-huh.
little stuff. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
I hate
No.
that. That's one thing I do not like about the world we live in right now. Stop
Yeah.
getting hurt feelings.
Yes. Just
Stop
move
it.
on. Just move on.
Yeah.
Now, our can't talk about what our kids do, but what did we do whenever we wanted to send messages to our friends?
We wrote them on a piece of
Letters,
paper.
What?
What's
postcards.
that?
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, and I postcards for sure. My parents used to send
Postcards.
those to my kids, their grandkids, and then I send them
Yeah.
my grandkids
Mhm.
postcards a
And
lot.
letters,
Yeah.
pen pals. I have a niece. When she was young, I was her pen pal. Like she wanted a pen pal. She had heard about it on, I don't know, some show. And she asked her parents about it. And she was like, I want a pen pal. And my cousin, he messaged me and said, hey, like she really wants a pen pal. Would you do this with her? I know this is like kind of your thing. For years, we wrote back and forth. She told me all kinds of things that she didn't tell her parents.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And
That's
just the
awesome.
art of writing now too. Journaling, because I'm guilty of it too. Like getting up in the morning and just journaling to get things off your head. I'm like, people don't even hardly anybody ever does that anymore. And that's what we used to do all the time. But I seriously need to get back to it. And
I used to do it at night so that my
Yes.
brain would stop thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I had to make my brain stop. So I would write everything out, which
yeah.
was really cool.
Well, there's
Although
something
that was
about
again one of those things that you never wanted anybody to find.
right.
Oh no. Does anybody
But
make
all
a
of us,
diary anymore?
where did you hide yours? Like between the mattress and the box
Yes.
spring, right? Everybody
Yeah.
knew. Okay.
Everybody knew that's where it was. I'm sure everybody read it.
Yep. Yep.
They were just good at keeping it quiet.
Yep.
You know,
All
that was
right.
the keeper of money for our grandparents. It was the keeper of secrets for our parents, for our moms and us. Like,
Yes.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's
Now they
just
don't
in
even have
between the
box
boxes.
springs.
I know. Exactly.
Foam mattresses and a frame.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Ah.
All right. And here's the other thing. So we used to not be able to call everybody because of the long distance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was huge, being able to do that now. So if there is any wisdom that you could impart about how we grew up that you wish others would think about now to make their lives just a little bit better, what would that be?
Oh,
Probably, I mean, I think is the making those real connections.
Mhm.
And I really do, like my son is 16 and he would rather connect with somebody on the phone or the internet or somewhere like that than go out, even out to dinner. He doesn't even like to go out to dinner. I mean, we make him, of course, but it's like it's gone. It's gone. That's how you meet friends. And I mean, he does a great job, don't get me wrong, when we're out and about, but I think that kids, right now, we miss out on that friendship.
I agree. I agree. How about you, Shelley?
I agree. But it's kind of funny to sit and listen to your kids, or even like, I mean, my grandson that's older, they classify that as their friends. That's their friendship. That's
Yeah.
how they develop
Yes.
connections. And for them, it's real, just as real as the three of us getting on our bikes and go hanging with a gang of kids for 10 hours a day in the summer. Like, it's very real to them and they feel very connected. And to tell them that they're not, like, they're almost
Yeah.
insulted. Like, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Yeah. Oh,
you don't know who this person really is. You don't know where they live. You don't know what their favorite summertime snack is. You don't know how well they ride with like hands-free on their bike. Can they go like 3 blocks like I could? Like, you don't know any of that cool
Nothing.
stuff. Like, it's not a friendship. To them it is, though. It's I don't know, it's different.
So I think next week we should probably delve into a little bit more about our kids and what we want them to, but I'm being intentional of being around people in person. That is like, get
Yeah.
out. Don't just stick behind the computer. Don't be on your phone constantly. When you're out and about, put your phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh,
I've started leaving mine in the car more. I'm like, I don't
leave mine in the
don't-
car because it's 100 degrees here, but
I was going to say, you might
Well,
want to check
that's
that
true.
heat because the phones will explode. Not explode literally, but stop working.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, but why not leave it at home? And it's so crazy. Even when I go to Pilates, I feel like I have to have my phone with me in Pilates. And I know that my Pilates instructors like, why do you bring this in here every day?
Yeah.
It's just, it's become
you
for
just
me.
get a watch. You get a watch that's linked up to your.
Yeah. And I do. I don't know if it would go that far because we're in the basement, but it's just one of those, it's like almost like a safety thing for me. Like,
Yeah.
But
it's my
what's funny?
blanket, my security blanket.
These phones, as I'm holding mine up, as you held yours up,
Uh-huh.
we're that way with our phones. Our kids are like that with their stupid video games.
Oh,
So
yeah.
True.
Yep.
maybe
their
we are a
phones,
lot alike that
and
we
their
can talk about
technology,
next week.
and their everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, guys, so let's go ahead and end it here. Let's just say this. We are so thankful that you joined us today for this episode of our wild and beautiful journey. Come back next week so that we can absolutely entertain you with some more of our wisdom. But you know what? Between now and then, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that we can absolutely connect every time and you don't miss us. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.